Welcome back to the Switch Sports Golf Ranked League. This is a new season, Season 10, my first video of the new season, and this season has some playoff implications. So the top 16 get a bye to the round of 32 for the Open tournament at the end of this. So anybody can sign up. There are no seedings at the end of this tournament. It is just random draws. There will probably be hundreds of players, so getting a multiple round bye by being in the top 16 at the end of this season would be huge. This is my first video, like I said, of the new season. I've been playing pretty well in the early going. The ELO resets, but I've made the push back to about 2,000 or so. I'm hoping to finish somewhere in the range of, 3,000 plus. Hopefully in the top 5 to 10 or so, but this season is definitely going to be very competitive, especially when it's coming down to the finish. It's always good to get off to a good start, though. We've got a good lobby here, full lobby, actually. We had 6, we're actually at 8. And let's see if we can pick up a good position here. See if we can pick up maybe a victory, or at least a good spot to pick up some ELO. This one probably needs to be about 3.5 dots, I would guess. Yeah, roughly that. With some spin. It's not the easiest pin. Let's see if we can pull this off, though. Accidental pump fake. Alright, that shot felt pretty good. Hopefully that carries the tree. It will. It will end up a little bit long, but it'll zip back onto the green. It's not going to be the easiest putt, and it's not the easiest approach. However, we have a chance here. Ooh, that's a good-looking shot from the bunker that just misses. We've seen a couple birdies so far, so some impressive play to make it up and over that tree and then send it in. Alright, I've got a tough little birdie putt here. This is going to move quite a bit. I'm thinking I have to aim it to about there. Hit it with, a dot and a half or so just to send it on its way. And then hope for some good luck from there. Will we get it? We will. A nice birdie putt that breaks quite a bit from the back of the green. There's another nice birdie putt from Lloyd from way back. So a whole bunch of birdies in the early going on a tougher hole that's not an easy pin. And we see a whole bunch. Let's see how many we actually get. Wow, everybody except for one birdies that one. That's not an easy pin, not an easy hole in general. We got 7 birdies. We're going to have to play real well to position ourselves well in the leaderboard in this match. We'll move on to hole 13, where we're going to see some moderate wind. What's it going to be? 15 miles an hour. We'll have to use the 5-iron, at least be safely on the green. Let's hit it with just over 3 dots. And see if that's going to get pushed too much. But that's on the safe side. I mean, that's the safe miss. We'll be on the green, no problem. About, I guess like an 8-foot putt or so. 6-foot putt. So we'll tap that one in. This is going to be a tough one to ace. If anyone can ace this, they'd put themselves off to a great start here. It looks like people are kind of just scattered around the green. How many players is that? That's everybody, I think. Oh, never mind. There was one more. Once again, we see 7 birdies and 1 par. So 6 players are going to be tied for first. I'll be tied with Dan, D, Lemon, Bungus, and Lloyd. And now we'll have hole 5 with some moderate-looking crosswind again in that front. Actually, only 9 miles an hour. I guess that's kind of moderate. We'll call that moderate. We have that front pin as well. So with that front pin, this is not wind where we can reach the green in 2. So I'll just put this safely left of that big tree. Not a ton of room on the right. It's a little risky to try to go right of that tree with moderate wind. It's just a very narrow target you have to hit to keep it on the fairway. But left is safe, and we see a whole bunch of players with me out to the left here. We'll just put this as close as possible. We'll aim it out to the right. It should get pushed back left. And then it's just a matter of trying to guess the adjustment that you need on the chip. It's going to have to be adjusted out to the right. It should roll fairly straight when it lands. We're a little further back than we typically are. A couple of different factors. We're 37 yards out, though, so we can zoom into the green and get a real close look. I'll want to use... Do I want to go 9-iron? I'll go 9-iron and roll it up there that way. We should only have to adjust it to about there, I think, with the 9. We'll have to make sure that we hit it with, the dot and a little less than a dot and a half power to get it up there. I think this adjustment is pretty good. We'll put it about 1.4 dots or so on the chip and run it up there. Let's see if that works. That looks fairly solid. It'll just miss on the left side, though. I put it within 1 cup of the hole, so it's makeable. It's very makeable. Looks like there's one more player down on the fairway, Lloyd, who has a chance at it. I don't think we saw any eagles yet. Lloyd's shot is on its way, and it'll just miss kind of similarly to mine. And for the third hole in a row, we'll see 7 birdies and 1 par. And Gavin said that he accidentally used the wrong dot of power, which I have done plenty of times. It is always unfortunate to see it fly long on you when it does that. All right, now we'll have hole 16 with some fun-looking wind. Everybody can make this shortcut. I'll be in a pretty prime spot for it myself up here. We'll just have to aim this a good amount to the right, like kind of right about there. We'll call that good. I'll actually take a little bit of power off this one to make sure I can sneak it under the tree, and maybe we can launch. So with that power, maybe we can launch underneath the tree. I'm on a good trajectory. That should take a bounce in the rough, and I will launch, which is perfect. We'll see a couple other people launch as well. There will be 3 of us on the green putting for the eagle here. So taking that tiny bit of power off of it allows it to sneak underneath the tree. Sometimes you hit the tree with full power, depending on the wind. I have a pretty good looking putt at this one. I mean, it's just going to move a tiny bit to the right, I think, if anything. We'll see a nice eagle from Dan. Yeah, I think I just have to aim this about left edge or so and hit it pretty hard to get it up that hill. We'll call it a little over 2 dots of power, pushing maybe 3. Make sure we get it up there. That should be good. Okay, it came in at a high rate of speed, but when it's uphill, there's some margin for error with that. We'll blast it up there and make the eagle. So I'll make the eagle with Dan and Lloyd. So we'll have a 3-way tie for first at 5 under through 4. A couple players 1 shot back. And now we'll have... okay, an interesting setup here on hole 4. We'll want to use the 3-iron, and this one's pretty makeable. I'll just have to zoom in, make sure that we have the correct adjustment there. That looks pretty good, I'd say. And now it's a matter of trying to get the power right. So right around there should be the good power, 3.25 dots or so. So right around there should be about what you need for the ace. That's going to take a good looking landing. That should zip back down, and I will sink it for the ace, just inside the right edge. We'll see if anyone else can make this one. There's a good looking one that'll just miss on the left side. Oh, who missed that one? Just barely. A couple people, actually, are right around the hole. There's kind of a diamond of approaches right around it. We'll see D make the birdie, Mayday make the birdie, Dan make the birdie, and it looks like Lemon was the other one right around it. And there's a nice looking putt from Gavin, and ooh, someone makes the flag shot. Was that a hole-in-one off the flag for Lloyd? That is incredible. Wow, what a shot. Oh, Bungus will just lip it around the cup. A near miss there. I'm blaming Meg for that one. All right, so we're off to a good start in this round. Through 5, I'll be 7 under, as will Lloyd. So we're tied for first with Lloyd. That's a pretty good pace. I mean, 7 under through 5 is 2 eagles. Yeah, we still have 12 and 18 to play, as well as 1 and 2. So we can maybe push this score pretty low if we can keep this going. We'll have a pretty doable pin here.
Nice shot.
We'll just hit a full power drive out to that shortcut fairway. Which, with this lighter wind, 4 miles an hour, we have no problem getting to just the end of it. I'm thinking I may go spoon. We're a little further out, so we'll have to be careful not to hit it too far. We still want to bounce it off that short fairway. I'm thinking that's a pretty good shot. That should carry that bunker no problem. We'll actually end up taking a nice big high bounce. Oh, we will. Oh, and I'll lip it out for the albatross. A near miss. Fortunately, a pretty good leave despite the lip out. We'll see a bunch of nice putts for eagles as well. A nice chip from off the green, it looks like. We'll see eagles all around. Everybody makes the eagle through that lighter wind on hole 12. So that'll push me and Lloyd to 9 under. We've got a couple players chasing, just 1 or 2 shots back. All right, now we'll have hole 18, and what kind of wind are we going to end up seeing? It's going to be kind of tailwind. Okay, this is fine. We'll just have to aim this to about there, over the water, which is scary, but the wind pushes it quite far left off this full drive. That should end up nicely in the middle by the time it curls all the way around. Ooh, someone cut it pretty close with the rocks, but they'll make it. We'll end up with a group in the middle of this fairway. And we'll have a pretty good approach here. I mean, this is a pretty accessible pin. that one that's on the second shelf of the green. We'll just have to aim it out to about there. Now, what kind of power do we want? This is a tough one to judge, but I'm going to call it like 3.2 or so, 3.2 dots of power, maybe 3.3. Right around there with the power feels pretty good. Let's see.
Nice shot.
Alright, I like the way that that's starting. That should take a couple big bounces and hopefully roll up just a little bit more. Okay, it'll end up in the middle of that little side hill. So not the best approach. Could have had a little more power on it, maybe a little over-adjusted. But it's not too bad of a putt. It's just a little tricky at the start. We'll have to make sure we send it off in the right direction with a little extra power. And hope that that's enough for the eagle. We'll send it up there and sink it, no problem. So we'll make the eagle. Lloyd will sink the eagle as well. So we just keep making these eagles. You know, it hasn't been a bad seed for scoring, but this was a tougher one. We had a couple tougher eagles as well earlier. So through 7, Lloyd and I will be at 11 under. A great score, 4 under birdie golf. We have 2 others at 9 under, a couple others at 8 under. Let's see if we can keep it rolling on hole 1. What kind of wind are we going to end up seeing? It looks like it's going to be some slightly tougher wind. Stronger wind in the face, 9 miles an hour.
Nice shot.
Now what do we have to do here? Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to club up to the 7-iron, which is not ideal. This is not the best scoring setup to try to make the eagle on 1. But there's a chance. I mean, we can give it a chance. Let's see if we can bounce this up there, perhaps off the fringe and try to make it. I'm going to aim for that short fringe. Ooh, Bungus makes it. Nice shot there. Let's see if this one works. Okay, I don't quite like the start that it's on. We'll have to see which way it kicks. Not really at all. I'll just miss it on the right side. Very, very close. It bounced pretty straight off the short fairway, which I wasn't exactly sure what it would do. Kind of curls around. Had the proper distance, but just misses on the right side. We'll have to tap in for a birdie. Here is Lloyd's shot on its way. It's looking quite good, and he'll sink it for the eagle on 1. A nice shot through the wind that bounces in. Lloyd is at 13 under, with a chance to push to 14 or maybe 15 on hole 2. I'm probably going to have to make the ace here on 2 to catch back up, despite the good score that I have. Okay, here's hole 2. We got some wind pushing to the right. That back kind of middle pin. We have to aim this to roughly... I like this new zoom thing that I found out. We have to aim it to roughly there, but not quite. We have to adjust this just very slightly more, I think. We'll call it to like there. Just a slight over adjustment should be what causes this to hopefully fall. We'll have to hit it with just at the bottom of that second dot of power. Right around there. Let's try it out. Okay, that felt like the perfect shot. Is it going to be the proper line? We'll have to see. It looks pretty promising. Oh, it's just going to miss on the right side, isn't it? Oh, another near miss. 0.3 feet. It just needed another touch of adjustment. I over-adjusted it from 2 squares left, which you need to do, but it was just a touch too little. I'll have to tap in my second, one that was hanging right on the edge in a row. Holes 1 and 2 were just near misses. We'll see if Lloyd can at least make me feel good about it by making this ace. Oh, his is going to miss on the right side, but he'll have a tap-in, pretty straightforward birdie. And Lloyd will sink it to secure the game at 14 under par. Great game to Lloyd. Great game to everybody else who was involved in this one. We saw a couple 11 unders, which is also a good score. Some 10 unders as well. Looks like everybody, almost, scored 10 under or better. I'll finish in second. I'll put the ELO and ranking implications on the screen here. And I'll see you in the next ranked video. I'm hoping to post a whole bunch of Season 10. It ends at the new year, so we have a couple months left to try to, jockey for position. Once again, hope you enjoyed watching. Great games to everybody in this one, and I'll see you next time around.